Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diane and I am super duper glad that you could be here with me today. And I'm wearing the same clothes because I made a whole lot of videos all in one day. And I'm too lazy and too tired to change. So there. So if you see it all the time, it's just because, I don't wear the same clothes all the time. Well, kind of maybe I do. But yeah, I just, too lazy. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the dingy-dongity bell because I love you and I want to see you again, my friend. There you go. It's getting worse every week, but that's okay. Now, obviously, I cannot make a serious video with this headband on because this is my least serious headband that I have. And my dog is dingity-dongity running around. She's my dingity-dongity bell. Chanel, you're dingity-dongiting. Look at that, super cute. I have a couch right behind where I'm filming, and she's lying on the couch with Quentin. Just looking at me like, Mommy, are you talking about me? Yeah, baby. You're super cute, though. So, today, I don't know, I haven't decided what video I'm going to make. Don't know. Don't have a clue. I'm gonna wing it. I'm winging it. I'll talk about, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about, and you guys can all tell me if because I want to see if this has ever happened to anybody else, because the situation seemed so outrageous to me. Something I've never seen, never heard of, never experienced in my life. And so I need to hear from you. You guys can tell me if this ever happened to you. Worst experience in a grocery store. Okay? This is beyond worst experience, though. This is like something beyond normal, at least in my opinion. Now, I will start with the fact that I worked for nearly 15 years in a grocery store. It was called Safeway. And I worked there, like I said, for nearly 15 years. A long time. Yep. So I would think that that makes me somewhat of an expert on the regular behavior of the employees that work in a grocery store. There's always going to be the idiot that's either new or just rude in general and the bosses haven't fired him yet, that kind of thing. But an overall situation, I would know what would be right and what would be wrong, what would be acceptable and what would not, right? I mean, 15 years, well, nearly 15. Pretty good judge of what's normal. So here's the situation. Here's what happened to me. This is my story. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it good. Because this made me mad. It's the first time I actually wanted to throw something at somebody I didn't know. I did. I didn't do it, but I wanted to. So I will set you up. My mom came down. Now I live in Ontario, which is Eastern Canada. My mom lives in Western Canada. And I'm from Niagara Falls, Ontario. That's where I was born. I left when I was a child, moved to Alberta in Western Canada, and I lived there until I was in my late 30s. So basically I'm from Alberta, but I was born and when I was 12 or whatever, left. But all my relatives, aunties, uncles, cousins, my grandparents in the past, they've passed on since, but not since this situation, but, So we were there to bury my dad. Bury my dad's ashes. My dad died unexpectedly. He was very young. He was in his early 60s. No, this is not what this is about, but, setting the whole scene here. So we're there. It's kind of a sad thing to be doing, but that's what we're doing. My mom has come all the way from Alberta to do this, and we decide, that we want to go and grab some snacks and a few other things from the grocery store. Although we're staying in a hotel, I like to make sure that I have healthy things available for my children because I don't just want them to eat in restaurants and eat all the yucky food that are available and this and that. So Mom and I And, you know, Wade always goes off with the kids and swims. I don't be doing that. Nah. So as they're doing their fun stuff, Mom and I are going to the grocery store. And, you know, we grab our stuff and, you know, we kind of take our time walking around. You know, I'm trying to take my mom's mind off of the fact that, you know, unexpectedly, the person that she loved for a really long time is not there anymore. Now, I will tell you, they were divorced, actually. But they were still best friends. It was so weird. Their whole relationship was really weird. Like, it was great. It was really great because they were married. He's not my biological dad, but he was around since I was really little. Like a little girl. They got divorced and never, it was not about being angry with one another. It was just about growing apart as far as the love went. As far as the friendship went, though, that never left. They were super duper duper close, did everything together, spent weekends together, and I don't mean romantically. My mom was in a relationship with someone else, as was he at some points. You know, like they no romance, just friends. So when he passed away, it devastated my mom. So, you know, to take her mind off of it, we decided to walk around, browse through the grocery store because, you know, every place you go, there's always different things, different grocery store. This is not one that they have where my mother lives. They do have this grocery store chain where I do live, though. And, you know, we're walking around and then we get to the till. And at the cash register, there's an express, you know, 10 items or less. And I have 4 or 5, you know, some bananas and oranges and whatever. And Mom has 4 or 5 as well. So we're in line now. It's busy. Like, we're talking busy. When we get to the cash register, like I said, there's a regular one and an express one. And there's about 20 to 25 people in the express line and about 10 to 15 big carts and that's all they have open. It's, I don't know, 5 at night. The busiest time of the day, you know, just before dinner, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't remember the exact time, but I do remember that it was crazy busy. This is Niagara Falls. It's somewhat touristy time. Not quite, though. So you get, we were in the hotel area. So you've got the people that live in the area, and then you've got the people staying in hotels who go and buy food. And it was insane. So we stood there, you know, and you're waiting. And believe it or not, the fact that the lineups were that long, that's not what I'm complaining about, because that's happened before, right? We've all been where, you know, you look around and you're like, why on a Friday night, the busiest night of the week, or whatever night it was, would they have only 2 cashiers working, nobody out doing anything? Like, there's just nobody around. And, you know, you're like, guaranteed people called in sick, or the boss just didn't schedule people correctly, something. But it's not these girls' fault, so we'll be patient. So, you know, 20, 25 minutes later, I finally get to the till. I finally get there. I get, you know, where you're putting your stuff down. And I put my stuff down. And the girl that's at the other cash register, the one with the big carts, she goes, "You need to go on your break," to the girl that I'm standing at. And the girl goes, "Go now, turn off your light, and don't take any more customers, and go on your break." Now, I should tell you that the line didn't get any shorter. There was about 20, 25 people in line behind me now. And there's the girl that she's serving in front of me. So there's the girl that she's presently serving, and then that would be me next, and then my mom, and then all the other 20 whatever people after that. So she gets the "I'm closed" little triangular thing, you know, that says cash register closed or whatever, and sticks it in front of my stuff. I'm like, you've got to be joking, right? Like, is this a joke? This is a joke. You can't do that. You have to take all these people that are in line, go to the very last person, hand them your little triangle thing, if for no other reason, you know, to tell people in behind, sorry, this girl's closed. You take all of us and then you leave. You don't tell us, because then she goes, everybody go to that other line. Well, there's only one line now. She's got like 10 whatever big full cart people, which is going to take a 15, 20 minute, half an hour. And she's going to add all these people in Express to that line. And we have to go to the back after I just spent 20 plus minutes waiting in line to finally get to the front. Because I didn't really notice the passage of time. Mom and I were chit-chatting, you know, I was distracting my mom. Didn't really notice that all that time had passed, but it had. And I was like, I mean, you guys can tell me, has this ever happened to you? They put the I'm closed, and I said, this is a joke. You're taking me. You are going to ring in my things. My mother and I have stood in line all this time. You know, she's elderly, right? She's almost 70. She's an elderly lady. Had a heart attack. You know, that was not long after. So I wasn't exactly the healthiest person either. And I'm like, you know, you're going to take us because you can't just leave us standing here, because what happened, I'm standing at the front of the line, right? So all the people that were behind me are now in the other line. So I'm going to be last. I'm going to be the last person in a line of now 40 people. And I'm like, you can't do that. You just can't. And then a couple of other people behind me were complaining. A lot of people at the end just left. I almost got the feeling like these people have had that happen there before, but I've never seen that, where they cut you off and tell everybody that's in line, go somewhere else. You know, excuse me? And I've asked so many other, like I've asked Walmart people, I've asked other cashiers, I've asked other people who work in grocery stores, is this normal? And everyone has said they've never seen it before, where they literally, you know, and the girl goes, we don't have a choice. There's only two of us. I need to have a break. I go, I understand that you need a break. So what you do, you go to that person at the very end of the line and you say, just tell people that you're closed. Turn off your light. You're closed. You know the dude holding the thing is the last one. If everybody behind him still wants to line up, then you can say, sorry, I was closed. You shouldn't have lined up here. I won't be taking you. That's good. You don't cut us off when we're in the front and say, sorry, everybody, go to that other line. Because if nothing else, she should have taken the line and brought us over to stand at the other line, not just random, you know, the people who just got there get to go now ahead of us because they're closer to that other cashier, right? It's like, oh, this is bad. I'm like, no, this is a joke. This cannot be happening to me. You don't do that. That's not normal. And the girl was really young. And so I called over because it was, you know, a little not too far apart. I'm like, is this a joke? And the girl goes, no, you are going to have to get in line again. She was not nice to me either. And I had not at that point yelled. I hadn't been rude. I was just like, are you serious? Like, really? Yes. We don't have enough cashiers and this is how it's going to be. And you're going to get in line if you want anything from our store. I'm like, really? Where's your manager? There's nobody here. I'm like, I want your manager's number. I want their name because I'm definitely going to be calling. Go ahead. I don't care if you want anything. So I'm like, I don't want anything, and I threw it down. I'm like, this is the rudest thing I have ever seen in my life. If you should be, I understand that you're frustrated. I've been there, done that, but you should not be yelling at me, first of all, right off the bat. I hadn't even yelled at them yet. I hadn't even got mad. Now I was mad and I'm yelling and I'm like, you understand how pathetic this is that you're telling us that after waiting in line for 20 minutes, we need to wait in line again for probably half an hour again. That's almost an hour just waiting in line. Well, I don't have a choice. I'm like, yes, you do. You take these people, you finish us off, and then she can go on her break. Then it's my break. I need my break. I'm like, these are the consequences of whatever's happening in your store is not our fault. We are the customers. You should be, you don't know anything, and she's yelling at me, and I'm getting mad, and I'm yelling back. Don't normally do that. Well, I've done it a few times. I got a little bit mad and a little bit feisty. Finally, I threw my crap, and I walked out. No, I did not throw it at her, but I wanted to. I wanted to go because I didn't have a can or anything. I wanted to pick up a can and throw it at her head, but I didn't. I wanted to, though, but I didn't. Not violent like that. But oh my God, Have you guys ever had somebody, a cashier, anywhere you go, tell the entire line that's been there for a long, long time that I'm going on my break, too bad, so sad, have a nice day? The person that's right in front, standing at the till, 20 people behind them, go away. Sorry, I need to have a break. Right? I've never seen that. And I don't know if you guys have, but I was so mad. I was mad. And I'm venting because I'm still mad about it. And I don't think it had anything, because I thought maybe when I left there, I thought maybe my anger and my frustration was partly to do with because I was sad. My dad had just died. And he had died of a heart attack, just poof. He was at work and he died. And I had just had a heart attack myself, so it was extra. And I was thinking, oh, it's got to just be for that reason. But now, lots of time has gone by. I don't think so. I don't think so. She was terrible. The whole situation was terrible. So I call, and what do you think happens? They're like, we're sorry. I go, are you going to do anything about it? Well, sometimes situations are beyond our control. I'm like, oh, this is nuts. This is like a chain, like I think it's a national grocery store chain. I'm not even going to name them because you know what? The one in my city where I live is perfectly fine. It's not the chain, it's the store. And what I meant when I said I didn't want free stuff, I wanted her to at least assure me that, they would maybe make sure stuff like that didn't happen again. But I got nothing. That happens. We had issues. I'm sorry. Have a nice day. No real huge apology either. Just nothing. It was terrible. Really terrible, for a national chain of grocery stores to behave that way. And then they just didn't care. It was bizarre. I even said to her, I go, if you're acting manager and you've been here for a long time, because she said she'd worked there for years or whatever, you guys must do this often? When we have to? What? It was insane. So tell me down below if this has ever happened to you, because I'd like to know if it's normal. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the dingy-dongity bell, and join my dingy-dongity bell team, because I love you. Bye.